Be a blessing to others. I'm going to repeat that. Be a blessing to others. Hebrews 10, verse 24. And let us consider and give attentive, continuous care to watching over one another, studying how we may stir up to love and helpful deeds and noble activities. What do I mean by stir up, Tina? Stimulate and incite. Hebrews 10, verse 24. Let's get into the word. I have asked hundreds of people to share with me some practical ways they believe we can show love. I have read books, I've searched the internet, and I've been very aggressive on my journey to find creative ways to incorporate this concept of loving people in my everyday life. I start with my parents, and then I do my brother, and then I keep moving, and I keep moving, and I keep moving, and I keep moving. And I think about people that I know as strangers, people I know at work, people I know, just friendly, people that I see in the restaurant, people I see in the bathroom. I'm always thinking and investigating how more ways, which I can't even think of myself, but maybe somebody else has thought of, where I can show love. Yes. To incorporate this concept of loving people into my everyday life, I would like to share with you some of the things I have learned. Here are some ideas I've collected. When it is obvious that you and someone else want the same parking place, let the other person have it and do so with a smile on your face. Have you ever done that? When someone's rushing up and they're like with you car to car, and then you're like, no problem, you take it. And they're like, and then they're like, thank you. And I'm like, okay. And then you just get another parking spot. Lord, give me another parking spot. The Lord will move a car for you and give you another parking spot. Mow an elderly neighbor's lawn or shovel their snow in the winter. How many times growing up did I see my dad help people for no reason at all? He'd just go over to somebody's house and say, listen, your lawn's looking a little rough. Can I take care of it for you? And I'd look at my dad and go, he's such a king. Amazing. He doesn't think about how long he's been just doing his own lawn or how long he's been pulling his own weeds. But he still wants to keep going. He wants to help somebody else, even though he's tired and filthy and dirty. He's got dirt on his face. He looks like a football player with the dirt across his face you don't even know. But he's like, tea. I'm like, I'm bringing you some water, Dad. Right? Or shoveling in the snow time. Are you one of those guys that shovel people's lawns in the snow time? And the elderly lawn? The elderly driveway? Yeah, my dad's best friend, John, he had a plowing company. And in the plowing company, he used to do everybody's driveway. So I'm sure he did so many wonderful things for people. He's passed away now, but I'm sure he did. Go grocery shopping for a family with a newborn baby. Have you ever done that? Gone grocery shopping? My brother had his newborn kids, and I know he was crazy busy. So one day I went into the Bed Bath and Baby Works or whatever it's called. I think it's Bed Bath and Beyond, but it was for baby. And I bought everything you could possibly need for a baby. And I bought it times 10. And I filled up a truck and I sent everything to his house. And he's like, what is this? And I'm like, I want you to have everything that you need. That way you have it. You put it in the garage, you stack it up like those people do with their coupons. And now you got it all. And now you don't have to worry about shopping. You can focus more on your kids. He was just like, Tina. But it made me feel so good. Give someone without transportation a ride to church or another event, even if it's out of your way of doing so. There was a guy in the rally to the race. He passed away now, but he was a sweetheart. And at the time, I didn't have my car. I don't know why or what happened. I was at some kind of an event, and I showed up with somebody, and then I jumped in the car with him. He gave me a ride, and he was such a beautiful soul. He worked with cameras, and he did a lot of the videography. And he passed away very young. And he was just a beautiful person. And he always was kind and bright and loving. And we got along real well. Truly listen to someone without interrupting them. For so many years in my life, I had the problem of interrupting people. It was like the biggest problem that I had. I get a thought in my mind and I just speak it out. And then it was like I started paying attention to how many people actually did that to me. And it's like when you're interrupting people, you're showing them that you're not listening to them. that what they're saying doesn't mean anything to you and that only you matter. And it's when you just listen and take the time to let them finish until their very last word, it's so powerful. And that took me probably a good 20 years to learn. But man, once I figured it out, it was like easy. The Lord even sometimes would bring people to me to interrupt me and put in their 2 cents, and then I wouldn't like it, and I realized what I was doing to other people. Hold a door open for a stranger and let him or her go ahead of you. Have you ever done that? Everyone's racing in, and you're just like, go ahead. just go. You know? Let someone with just a few items go in front of you when you're in a checkout line. How many times have you done that? How many times I've gone into a checkout line and someone has been in front of me? If there was an elderly person, I always bought their groceries. Every time. Like, every time. If they looked like they were 80 or above or 75 or above, I pay their groceries. I didn't care if it was $200. And if there's somebody in front of you and they got 7, 8 items, 10 items, and you have a whole cart, let them go in front of you. Let them go. They're going to be like, no. And like, just go. It just feels good. It makes their day better. Babysit for a single parent or give that person a bit of alone time or time to get a project done peacefully. How many times my friends that had kids say, oh, just leave them with me, go. You know? Invite a person who has no family in town to your house for the holidays. I am the number one person. My family will tell you. I will bring people to our family party and they will be so random. And my family will be like, oh, Tina brought somebody. And it's just the way that I am. I'm always bringing people into my house that are, don't have a lot or that are, difficult in one way or another. I always have people in my life that are struggling, always. And I'm always bringing them in. And I'm telling you, they always say to me, the love, Tina, the love that you give me. And it's powerful. It's powerful. It's powerful. Send cards and or flowers to show appreciation. I mean, my grandmother never missed a beat. My grandma Musburger, when she passed away, I'll never forget, after looking at all the cards she used to send me, she never missed my birthday. She never missed a holiday. She always told me how much she loved me. And when she hold her little hands up, her 90-year-old hands, and she put her hands on my face and she go, mwah. And it's like that, those little moments, those little moments. So great. Start with the simple list, but let the Holy Spirit show you more ideas. Doing random things for people just to be a blessing is an amazing way to show God's love. And God sees you every single time you do something like this. He sees you. And it makes you feel good. I know you don't think it right away, but try it. It'll make you feel good. Trust in Him. If you trust that God's love for you is limitless, you will have no problem showing love to others and even going out of your way to be a blessing to them. We love because He first loved us. See 1 John verse 4 through 19. One more thing I want to add is if someone is not being kind to you, say it's a family member, say a very good friend, and they just don't understand you. The Holy Spirit wants me to talk, yeah. They just don't understand you. A family, a friend, a coworker, and they're not being kind to you and they just don't see your reasoning. That's the most time to be gentle and patient with them and kind to them, not to lash back and prove yourself. Because when you're right, you're right. And when you're right and you believe in yourself, you don't have to prove yourself. You just have to keep quiet and let God do the work, and eventually something will happen in their life that will show up to show how you were right. All right, so always be kind and loving and do for others, stranger or not. All right, take care.